Don't forget, heads, you can tune in to the Beard Speaks audio podcast every Monday, Friday, and every weekend on a variety of platforms, including Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify, Breaker, Pocketcasts, Radio Public, Stitcher, and more. Hashtag Beard Speaks is the name, and if you can't find it on your favorite platform, you can always find it on anchor.fm/BeastHostBeard. What up, heads? You know what it is. You know what it does. My name is Chuck Reeves. I feel like I'm hiding behind this motherfucking computer. We got a bunch of shit to talk about tonight. First and foremost, Astronomicon. Second and least most, the Gathering of the Juggalos, plus some other shit, including the cancellation of DCG-Con. Which one of us saw that coming? The Beard Speaks now.
He's a miserable cocksucker fucking asshole. You hate him, admit it.
What up, heads? You know what it is. You know what it does. Chuck Reeves, back behind the mic, Beast host. I've got my delicious hot lemon toddy beverage. I've got an absolutely shitty disposition, and I got a bone to fucking pick with all of you. Welcome to this, I believe, the 208th edition of The Beard Speaks. We are well into sequence 2 here on the last night of January 2019. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us, and each and every one of you for enjoying all the sequence 2 content that has dropped in the last 30 days. It's pretty fucking awesome to me to think that in the last 30 days, I've accumulated enough YouTube watch minutes to already fill up the entire year of 2019. I've already achieved several hundred streams of the new audio versions of this podcast. I'm very proud, very humbled, and very, very thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the fact that even though we are literally only 4 weeks into this year, Chuck is already booked out to September. So keep an eye on all the shit. Social media update. Both Chuck and Rasputin got the clip for that misspelled teacher juggalo sign doohickey thingamajig. I don't even want to talk about it for fear that Facebook will creep over here and they'll fucking suspend my account here too. So we're not going to talk about it anymore. So I'm not on Facebook at the moment. My Instagram is still bubbling. That's Beast Host Beard. Of course, you are here on the YouTube at Beast Host Beard. The Patreon is live and popping, getting ready to enter its second month. That's at Beast Host Beard. If you are trying to get down on the next live stream that's going to go down the week after Astronomicon, and you want to be able to interact with me, go slide on over there, patreon.com, Beast Host Beard. I had to drop a fucking Patreon today and a potential sponsor. If you fucking email me about sponsorship opportunities within your fucking company, and then I notice that you're on a competitor's show throwing around insults about me and puffing out your chest trying to act tough, after you already fucking gave money to my Patreon, I'm gonna fucking boot you. Just so we're clear. The Patreon, isn't for haters. So come on through. If you a hater and you think you can slide through the hate detector, come on through. All right? Next month, shit's going to get lively some more. Lots more fucking behind-the-scenes shit. All the behind-the-scenes Astro stuff will be going up on the fucking Patreon. There will be a lot of standard stuff going up on here from the event, but there's going to be a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes jump-offs. I'm super fucking excited about that. I hope y'all been liking the show. Flame emojis in that motherfucking chat if you guys have been enjoying Sequence 2, if you enjoyed this past Monday's 2.5-hour fuckfest. I hope you are enjoying the longer form content, like the excess of 2-hour stuff. So this past episode 207, dropped on Monday. That shit was 2 hours plus. Tonight's only going to be an hour probably. Monday, 2 hours at least, with Trilogy, who was actually here in this room while he was visiting the area as part of Shaggy 2 Dope's solo tour, because he played a couple of the dates here regionally. I picked him up from the airport, brought his ass here. We got high as fuck and talked for over 2 fucking hours. All right, so there's that. Episode 210, which will be the Monday after Astronomicon. Murder Mayhem Mitch, the host of the Murder Mayhem show, over on the Murder Mayhem fucking YouTube channel. Real good dude. Me and him talk Juggalo shit for like 2.5 straight hours. And we got into some Nietzsche level discussion, which is pretty fucking fire. Let me see what's cracking. What do we got going on the list of things to do tonight? When I get back from the con, I come back fucking the 26th of February, which was like 2 weeks after I get back. We are in Lebanon, Maine with the Axis Family Tour. That is Al Azul. That is Axe Murda. That is Triple MFD, Brody James, Delirium, Verbal Assault, Livid Rhymer, OPD, and Mr. Good Bars. I'm bringing Mad Max with me. I'm bringing the Can of Cooking Monster with me. I know Bobby's Buds is going to be in that motherfucker. This place is, of course, cannabis friendly. So we're going to smoke them because we're going to have them. But that shit's on a Tuesday, February 26th. I think it's during vacation. The next night, February 27th, of course, I am at the Middle East in Boston with that same toe. Let's see. There ain't a whole lot to talk about. Obviously, unless you've been living in a fucking cave, you should know I'm going to be at Astronomicon. That shit is in exactly a week. I'll be packing my bag this time, 7 days from now, to prepare to get on a plane, 7:30 in the fucking morning, Friday morning, to fly to fucking Sterling Heights and get my con on. That's what we're here to talk about. So there's that. But some other stuff happened while I was prepping the show, and I figure since it's fresh, since it's like new info to me, and since it's fucking underground related, I guess we can talk about it. I suppose I should make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm going to slide on over and use my interwebs to see some information, so I make sure I tell you guys the correct shit. First things first, tonight on the Juggalo show, a lot of information got dropped, and some of it is kind of important to some of y'all. So tickets for the Gathering of the Juggalos, the 20th annual gathering, what they're calling the Super Gathering. Joseph, you have my attention. Tickets for that are going to go on sale Sunday, February 17th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That would put it pretty much at the end of Juggalo weekend as people are packing up and getting ready to go home. All right, obviously, JuggaloGathering.com is the place. We all know those big ballers spots and everything else. They go fast. Typically, that site crashes and shit. But the Gathering of the Juggalos, the 20th annual, is not returning to Legend Valley. They are not returning to Hog Rock. It is not moving indoors. But this summer, July 31st through August 3rd, you are going to be able to attend the 20th annual Gathering of the Juggalos at 99 Moore Lane, Springfield, Indiana, 47462. Now, what is that, Chuck? Well, I know what it's not. It's not the Shimmer Forest, as Psychopathic Records has decided to rename the location, as they do when they have events at places like this. What exists at 99 Moore Lane, Springfield, Indiana, is a motorcycle track. Of course, they have a great deal of ballers spots because most of the parking spots at this place, from what I've been able to see, are RV spots, which is essentially what a ballers spot is. It's a heavily forested area. It looks pretty fucking large. But all the information I've been able to see on it leads me to believe that it's a fucking racetrack. It's like a dirt bike track. So be on the lookout for dirt bike related activities, maybe. Maybe some dirt bike related activities. You can definitely bring your own golf cart this year, I would assume. Like, you can check out the rules to the place on their website. I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like a recreation park in the middle of Indiana. Shouts to them. I'm glad they found a place to have it. On the flip side of that, and the Patreons, anybody who's tuned into that Patreon Beard exclusive feed should already have been party to said information, because I made this declaration on the Patreon a couple weeks ago. But another piece of information we found out tonight during the Juggalo show with Violent J and Rob Bruce. DCGCon has been canceled. Boom, boom, boom. It's almost like I knew that shit. I kind of did. I had gotten some information. Plus, anybody with their eyes open can see DCGCon is a losing proposition. In order to have a convention, like a gaming convention or a pop culture convention, it has to have a certain amount of crossover appeal. Because what you're seeking out is a fan base and a target demographic that is already marginalized and small. If you further marginalize and shrink that potential fan base and that potential group of consumers, of course, your event will fail. What we saw with DCGCon over the last 2 years was not a gaming convention. It was a convention for juggalos who liked to game. So you're taking an already marginalized group, juggalos. Then you're taking a segment of that group, gamers, table gamers, not even like electronic gamers, but table gamers. And that's who you're pitching your event to. When in reality, you should have been pitching it to every gamer. And that's not what you did. There were several times that DCGCon number 2, marketing-wise, was pitched as for juggalos, by juggalos, only for juggalos. And I don't think that ever really should have been the marketing play. I think that shit set up DCGCon up for failure from Jump Street. So my condolences to anybody that was looking forward to rolling those dice at the fucking Tradesman Center or in the hotel lobby in Denver or wherever they were thinking of having it. Because I don't even know if it got to a part where they were thinking about having it. Especially after last year's hullabaloo, if you will. In order to have a good con, in order to keep a convention rolling, you have to be all-inclusive. And you have to welcome those who wouldn't normally feel welcome at one of your events. And that's what I think we're going to be having next weekend. It's a good fucking segue. It's almost like I do this a couple times a week or something. So let me pull up this, and we're just going to ride on through this motherfucker and talk about everything going on next weekend at the Sterling Heights Wyndham Gardens. I'm souped. Like I said, I'll be there Friday. I'm leaving Monday morning, which is kind of different than what I did last year because I left Sunday night. That's the one thing. I wish I would have had the time to kick it with everybody once convention proceedings were wrapped up Sunday night, because that seems like it was a dope party too, and then flown out Monday morning. So this year, me, my wonderful girlfriend Becky, and my erstwhile companion Justin will be hopping on a big metal bird plane and flying to the great state of Michigan, landing, getting in a car, driving 40 minutes to Sterling Heights to see you fine people, to be lobby refugees for a large portion of Friday while we wait to get early check-in in our room. So if you're going to be there Thursday night and you've got a room already, feel free to hit a chuck up, not on Facebook, but on Instagram or my phone if you have my phone number, and reach out to me. Give me a place to hang out and smoke copious amounts of fat doinks when I get off this fucking plane. All right. So what do we got going on? Of course, Astronomicon 2. Guests. We might as well just go through the guests first, because the guests are the big draw to all these conventions. Of course, The first one, the big dog. He's top billed for a motherfucking reason. Bam Margera. Reality star, pro skater, Jackass franchise, CKY franchise, which was the precursor to Jackass, if you didn't know that shit. Viva La Bam, that ran for like almost as many seasons as Jackass did. And of course, the movie Haggard. Bam is coming. He's newly sober. He's been doing a lot of these cons. He's been traveling with some people, helping him stay sober. One of them was Danny Way, I know, looking at his social media. If it looks weird now, it's because sometimes I have to look at the screen over here. I know y'all are looking at me like, what's he looking at? I'm looking at the screen that is now mounted to my wall over here. Which why would you mount a screen to your wall, Chuck Reeves? Y'all are gonna see. Y'all are gonna see. There's a big green thing over here that y'all can't see right now, but y'all are gonna see something. So I had to put a screen over there because, you know, I'm a one-man operation, and if I'm really gonna try to do heavy production shit, I need to make sure I can move around and get my shit going. But Bam Margera is going to be in the house. I think it's $40 for his autograph. I think it's $40 for a picture with him. And I think you can get some sort of a combo deal where you get both, and it's only $60. I also know that there are going to be professional photo ops with a lot of these people. I do have the professional photo op schedule, and we are going to look at it real quick. So if you had questions about when each of these people are going to be doing those professional, you know, on the spot Hollywood photo ops where you get a nice printed out glossy 8x10 of your experience, we'll be dealing with that here in a second. Dee Snider, he's also going to be in the house. He is the host of the long-running radio show House of Hair that is currently syndicated in 200 different radio markets all over North America. He's also the legendary frontman of the band Twisted Sister and an anti-censorship warrior who in 1985 took on the Hollywood Wives Club of Tipper Gore and a few others that were then known as the PMRC in the fight against parental advisory labels on records. This was back in the day before rap was even a thing. I'm super excited to meet D. There was a movie about him and his fight against the PMRC back in the early 2000s or late 90s. And I enjoyed the shit out of it. Him, Frank Zappa, and surprisingly country musician John Denver testified in front of a Senate panel about the effects of music lyrics and obscenity. Both Dee Snider had a song on what they were calling the Filthy 15, which was the list that the PMRC had comprised that made up, you know, the 15 dirtiest songs they could think of. There was not one rap song on that list. I mean, think about that. That's fucking crazy, especially considering we got a fucking song about eating butt, at least one, that's in regular rotation around here. And without people like D, these First Amendment, these anti-censorship, these pro-artistic fucking soldiers who went to war with the wives of state senators and future vice presidents to try to prevent them from from getting in the way of you getting music. Like, so I'm super souped to meet him. Of course, fucking Strangeland. I always forget about that shit. Holliston, Celebrity Apprentice. I can ask him Donald Trump questions. I need to write that down. I forgot that he was on Celebrity Apprentice. So now I have to go over here and I have to add to my Astronomicon prep Donald Trump Celeb Apprentice. Sorry. Y'all seeing me do other work while I'm doing this work. That's fine. That's small. So yeah, I'm souped about Dee Snider. That's fucking exciting to me. Edward Furlong, you may know him from the movie American History X as the skinhead's little brother. You may know him from Terminator 2 as the have you seen this boy? But me, I know him from one of my favorite horror movies of all time called Brain Scan. If you ain't seen Brain Scan, it's dope as fuck. It's about a VR video game where you have to kill people and it gets in his brain for real. And I don't want to give nothing away, but it's dope as fuck. And I think the entire thing, start to finish, is on YouTube. So feel free. It's called Brain Scan, one word, Edward Furlong. You will not be disappointed. Me and Eddie Furlong are about 4 years apart in age. And when I was growing up, and I was like 14, 15, and Terminator 2 was that shit, and Brain Scan was that shit, there was not a cooler fucking teenager on the earth than Eddie Furlong. Eddie Furlong was dating Punky Brewster, Soleil Moon Frye. If you don't know about Soleil Moon Frye and then Punky Brewster titties that she had to get reduced while she was dating him, dog, Google's your friend, bro. Google adult Punky Brewster and tell me she don't know what's up. We're going to move on now. Dustin Rhodes, a.k.a. Goldust, the son of legendary wrestler, the Natural Dusty Rhodes, and brother to AEW founder and the guy who's currently fucking shaking up the entire wrestling industry, Cody Rhodes. Kind of soup to have this guy here too. He recently made some statements about the Goldust character and how that character would or could fit in during today's super PC climate, considering at base Goldust was a personification and almost a parody version of a transsexual man. Straight up. And anybody could say that. I know Kevin Nash, Scott Hall both said, you know, they didn't dig his character originally because it was overly flamboyant. And it was supposed to be almost a caricature of a homosexual or a transsexual individual. And of course we know that shit ain't playing. A lot of shit still plays in wrestling, but I don't think that shit would play. Not really. Like I said, if you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's boiling hot water, 3 lemon slices, and about that much of a nip of fucking Jim Beam honey. I'm not much of a drinker. I'm like an old man. I'm drinking a hot toddy right now, essentially. Returning guest alert. Beep, beep, beep. Bill Moseley, the homie. If you were there for the threesome panel last year, that was Bill Moseley, Brian Johnson from the Comic Book Men, and myself, you definitely saw a good time. There won't be a Bill Moseley solo panel this year. The panel that he's participating in is a special 3 from Hell panel, which somebody dared to say that the 3 from Hell panel was going to be kind of useless. Bitch, you don't know how I ask questions. Who do you think's going to be moderating that fucker? And if there's anyone who can ask the right questions to possibly get us to some interesting information, it's going to be me. Now, understand we're probably not going to get a release date because they probably don't know it. I don't even think Rob Zombie knows it. According to him, there are still months left of work on the upcoming 3 from Hell. But if you're strictly showing up to a 3 from Hell panel to find out a release date, then you're not really someone who's interested in these 2 gentlemen. The other one on that panel, of course, you see him right there, Sid Haig, House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, all sorts of shit. They're both going to be on this panel, but the type of stuff that I want to know is, how did it feel getting back in these characters and back in the saddle with people like Rob and Sherry after 13 years? Devil's Rejects, some people remember it like it was yesterday, me included. And during my research on these 2 men, it kind of dawned on me, damn, it's been a long time. It's been a fucking long time since we've seen Otis Driftwood, since we've seen Captain Spaulding, since we've seen Baby. Devil's Rejects was when? 2006? Yeah. 13 fucking years ago. since the last sequel. Let me check that. Oh, I'm sorry. 2005 Devil's Rejects. So 13 years. Now understand there were only 2 years between House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. So this is 6 times the time between sequels. So I want to know how these guys prepped to get back into these roles. How did it feel to get back into these roles? What about the characters themselves has changed, if anything? Fuck a release date, dog. Fuck a plot point. Like, I don't even want plot points. I only got one thing specific about the movie that I would ask them about. But, like I said, join that fucking panel. I'm going to be in that panel room all the time. So I'm going to be pushing the panel room a lot. Kane Hodder, another returning guest. If you don't know Kane by now, then you don't know Twisted and you don't know horror. Because this man right here, of course, fucking Jason Voorhees. He was in Wishmaster. He was in Jason Goes to Hell. He was in a bunch of shit. He was in Jason versus Freddy, I think, but not as either one of those characters. He's been in a bunch of shit. So make sure you come out, see him. He's always fun. He'll choke you the fuck out during your picture with him at the table. Like, if you pay the money to take the picture with him, he'll choke you the fuck out. So you can't beat that. You really can't beat that. Linda Blair, icon, actress from the movie The Exorcist. She fucked herself with a crucifix when she was a little kid. Her head spun around on her shoulders. She puked pea soup. Now she saves abandoned dogs through her Blair Heart Foundation. So I guess when you're the spawn of Satan, you save dogs later after they save you. That reminds me of Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters 2. I turned into a dog once, and these guys helped me. She's cool, though. She was at Rock and Shock this past year. Special 10-year anniversary Paranormal Activity reunion with the stars of the Paranormal Activity franchise, Micah Sloot and Katie Featherston. Katie Featherston, of course, being the Katie character for all 5 Paranormal Activity films. Micah being killed off, supposedly at the end of the first one. But they're going to have a special panel in the panel room where I'm hoping to talk about how they got to a place where they took a $15,000 movie and made it the most profitable franchise of all time in terms of return on investment. That first movie, Paranormal Activity, had a budget of $15,000, no script, and Micah and Katie used their real names. They were only paid a couple of $100 a piece. Once the movie was picked up for distribution, it made nearly $200 million worldwide, making it the most profitable film in terms of, debt to income ratio of all time. I want to know how you get there. Tiny Lister, a.k.a. Zeus. Of course you know who this motherfucker is. Everybody's seen Friday. Talking about Debo. We're talking about the president of the universe from The Fifth Element. We're talking about WWF Superstar. We are talking about No Holds Barred. He broke Hulk Hogan's neck, bro. He broke Hulk Hogan's neck. He took that. My grandmama gave me that chain. What bike? Speaking of, I'm hoping they do something with the Debo Land Cruiser bike. I had made that suggestion. Along that same fucking legendary big dude lineup, Jake the Snake Roberts. If you don't know who Jake the Snake is, your childhood must have sucked. Or you were born sometime after 1990. 1980s, Jake the Snake was one of the number 1 superstars in all of wrestling, and he had that crossover appeal. No matter how many times they tried to make this guy the heel, the crowd accepted him far too much, and he ended up turning face. His signature move, of course, the DDT, that was later banned by most wrestling federations, and then if he knocked you out and pinned your ass, you got the snake. The snake would come out of the duffel bag. I got questions about the snake we got an 11 a.m. panel so he can answer questions about the snake. Souped about that one. This cat right here, who sits over my right shoulder, this dude in the blue Hawaiian shirt, this dashing gentleman, this is my father, James Hazard. And if he knew, which I'm sure he does, that I'm meeting Jake the Snake Roberts next week, he's losing his shit right now. Because that Saturday night main event, fucking Hulk Hogan, fucking Randy Savage, legend status. Of course, WWF Hall of Famer. Let's see. Who else we got? Butch Patrick, childhood star of the Monsters. Munsters, rather. The Monsters. Fuck out of here, Chuck Reeves. The Munsters. Pop culture icon, Butch Patrick. The Widow's Peak ain't real, fam. Clearly, I'm looking at his hairline, and I'm seeing a deviation. I'm seeing a deviation in Butch Patrick's hairline already. Which, so was the hairline a prosthetic, dog? Did it just fall out? Let a brother know. I don't know what I would ask him. Even for me, because I know I'm old. I know I'm old as fuck. The Munsters predates Chuck Reeves by about 30 years. I haven't really done a lot of my research on Butch Patrick yet. Let me see what I can find out while I'm sitting here. What do I know? What can I find out about Butch Patrick? First of all, I don't even know when the Munsters aired. When it says former child actor. I don't know. Oh, all right, so 1960s. So that wasn't that long ago. But that's still 15 years, 20 years before I was born. 20 years. Yeah. So yeah, this predates me. I mean, the Munsters were in the 60s. He's done a bunch of other stuff, though. He was in Dickie Roberts, which if you've never seen Dickie Roberts, that's a funny-ass movie. He was in Scary Movie. He was in the show My Three Sons and Adam 12. All these TV shows I know predate most of you heads. Your parents might know, but they might get predated too. Geez, he was in Daniel Boone in 69. Daniel Boone's my jump off. He was on the show The Monkees. Hey, hey, with the monkeys. So there's another one. You can't just take these promotions, these promos on these guys at face value. I mean, use your Google. Do your other research on these fucking characters and these fucking artists, these actors. They got a million roles, man. Like, as interesting as it is to me, that Debo is Debo. But Tiny Lister also played a fucking slew of other characters, all of whom have their own story. And sometimes you can look at it and go, wait a minute, you were who? You protected Matlock? Like Tiny Zeus Lister protected Matlock, which was one of my mother's favorite shows. He protected Matlock on a 3-episode arc in jail. Like, that's funny to me. That's an interesting story. I want to ask him about that because Matlock was Andy Griffith. So what was it like as you, a 7-foot-tall, 300-pound, scary-looking African-American gentleman, to be working with a TV icon in a 60 or 70-year-old frail white man? How was that? What was that like? So yeah, you got to look deeper. So I bet you Butch played a bunch of roles. And just the only one that people really remember is Eddie Munster. Scott Hall, if you don't know about fucking Razor Ramon, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Returning guest. Use your Google. Scott Steiner, not a returning guest, but an awesome pickup. Awesome. Horseman, baby. Horseman. Wrestled everywhere, has wrestled everybody. Horseman, baby. Fucking Steiner. Horseman. John Kassir, actor and voice actor. You might know him as the Crypt Keeper. My Crypt Keeper's not good. Here comes another terrifying tale from my nutsack. Yeah, my Crypt Keeper's fucking terrible. But John Kassir's Crypt Keeper is absolutely dead on for a reason. The voiceover actor responsible for hundreds of roles, including roles on The Simpsons, Cat Dog, fucking the Final Fantasy franchise, the Siphon Filter franchise. As a regular in front of the camera actor, he's been on shows like CSI. He's been on shows like Facts to Life. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these promos are presented to you in a one-dimensional fashion, but that's the nature of the beast. You need one thing that'll sell people. What's your biggest thing? His biggest thing was the Tales from the Crypt franchise and the subsequent movies. Dope-ass voice actor, dope-ass voice artist. I hope I get the opportunity to speak with him. These two guys, I don't know who the fuck they are. Twisted? Whoever these guys are, apparently they're going to be there. I know you're going to be able to get your stuff signed for free. Photos with these two gentlemen for free. I know that there is going to be a panel featuring their homeboy Dirk Manning and themselves to speak about the new release of Haunted Highons. Twisted in that motherfucker all weekend long. If you're surprised, I don't know what to say. Just added, like 3 days ago, James DeBello, actor from Detroit Rock City, Scary Movie 2, Cabin Fever, and American Pie. When I first saw this dude, I said, he looked familiar, but I can't place him. And he's that guy in several of these movies. However, Detroit Rock City, he was mad funny. So make sure you check him out. R.A. Milanoff. R.A. Milanoff. I'm going to get this right. I've been trying. R.A. Milanoff. All right. Motherfucker was fucking Leatherface in Chainsaw Massacre 3. He's going to have a professional Hollywood photo shoot where you can put your hands on that giant fucking saw from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Fucking dope. He's going to be in full makeup. The full makeup, of course, on all the photo ops being brought to you by our friends at the Get Dead Crew. Google that shit. Just Google it. Get Dead Crew. They hooked me up with the dope-ass Ninja Stars last year. Get Dead Crew. Google it. Returning guest, and he's bringing a non-returning guest. Ex-comic book men and shared universe podcasters Ming Chen and Mike Zapsik are going to be coming from the Secret Stash in Red Bank, New Jersey, all the way out to Astronomicon. We're going to have a comic book men panel. I believe that is the first day. But I don't know what they're really going to talk about. Because comic book men is over. And with one opportunity ending, other opportunities present themselves. So a few years ago, Mike and Ming created a shared universe, which is a podcasting studio located in New Jersey that can teach you how to effectively podcast, how to grow your shit, how to get new fans, how to properly work gear, how to use things like broadcasting softwares. It's a one-stop podcasting heaven. Ming, some people don't realize this. Ming predates everybody. When it comes to this game, when it comes to podcasting, Ming Chen started podcasting in 2007 as part of Kevin Smith's Smodcast universe. They were the first. They were the very, very fucking first. Like they were in the single digits. Everyone came after them. Rogan came after them. Fucking Corolla came after them. Everybody who does podcasting now came after Ming. Shit's crazy, right? So he's a con fixture. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited to talk to these guys. They're doing a lot for podcasting as an art form and as a community. The Boogeyman appearing Saturday and Sunday only. I'm not real familiar with this guy. I know he wrestled. And I know you're going to be able to get a photo op with him. In full costume. Similar to the way we did Papa Shango last year. Shouts to fucking 420 Smoke Train on Instagram. Speaking of fucking Papa Shango, a.k.a. the Godfather. Coming out, representing Magic Ninja Entertainment. One of my absolute favorites. The Alazul Ilu. Motherfuckers are dope. They're coming out. They're hosting some stuff. We're going to get into the schedule. I'm sorry this is taking so long. Tim Jacobus, he's the original artist of the first 62 original Goosebumps book covers. Worked partially with R.L. Stine, but mostly for Scholastic. There's a lot of cool shit about this guy's story, and he still does dope and cool art to this day that you can get. Like, you can easily contract him to do something for you, whether it's a mixtape cover, a poster, a record, whatever the fuck you need. Robert Mukes, someone else from House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. He played Rufus Jr. He's appearing all weekend. Dirk Manning, and I always fuck up these names too, Alessandro De Fornassari and Mariana Pescosta. Comic book illustrators, all the way from Italy, I think. They're Italian, right? But Dirk Manning, the three of them, add Twisted, so there's 5 of them. Potentially going to be on that Haunted Highlands panel. Another horror fucking legend, Patty Mullen, from Frankenhooker. She's going to be in the house all weekend. She's sponsored there by Synapse Films, and she's going to be in the Frankenhooker get-up, yelling, "Hey, you want a date?" And fucking taking pictures with y'all all motherfucking weekend. Blaze You Dead Homie, fresh off that Juggalo Unity tour, is going to be in the house, Dead Man style. It's fucking fuck what you heard. It's The Walking Dead. All right, Gmo Ski. Last year, if I had to say con MVP, the con MVP was Gmo Ski. Gmo dressed up different for each day. Gmo hosted the Smash Brothers tournament, which he's doing again this year. He was all over the place, pressing the flesh, kissing the babies. I hope to see a lot of him this year. Make sure you check him out, hosting that Smash Brothers tournament. A new addition from just a couple days ago, John Russo, creator of the Living Dead franchise, Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead. He gonna be in the motherfucking house. He's a horror legend. ROC, motherfucking legend. Rob Miller, I think he was a semifinalist from Face Off, returning con visitor. Eric Ross, he was there last year, but I don't think he was billed. I remember somebody doing like magic for us at the bar. And I don't know if he was just there hanging out, but I don't remember him being on the actual bill. But he's going to be there. James from Dave and Chuck the Freak on WRIF. He's going to be in the house. He's hosting the wrestling trivia. And then we got the cosplayers, of course. Dysfusional and Chaotic Neutral. Get Dead Crew. Caroline. St. Carlos. They both coming out. Nubbins from fucking Chainsaw Massacre 2. He's going to be in the house. Ghostbusters. Mad shit. Let's move on. We're just going to go through these tabs. So that's literally me discussing all those guests. That's already enough to make me come out for sure. I mean, of course, I have different reasons. Here is your photo op schedule. So day 1, you got Comic Book Man, Scott Hall, Jake the Snake, The Boogeyman, Butch Patrick, Tiny Lister, Paranormal Activity, Bam Margera, Linda Blair. These are up on Astronomicon.com. Most of them have one each day. The real fucking, like, popular one that everybody wants to know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, you're going to be able to see Big Stank and Lil Poot. Get your fucking picture taken. Now, that's going to coincide with what looks to be half-hour private panel with Big Stank and Lil Poot, where I've been explained they're going to be in costume and be in character. So bring your questions if you're paying the $75 to slide your ass on into the Big Stank Lil Poot photo op / panel. That's like its own VIP. I'm sure there's more to it than that too. Like, don't be talking no shit. I know people were like talking shit, and I'm like, nah, that's cool. Like, that's really interesting. Fuck a price on that one. Panel room schedule. the meat of what's going to be Chuck Reeves this weekend. I'm serious. If I'm not in the panel room, I'm probably in my room sleeping. Like that's straight up what it's looking like. 5 p.m. Friday, we go an opening ceremony style with horror trivia hosted by Al Azul. Show up early. A lot of these events are probably going to have a limited number of available spots for sign up. So you're going to want to get there early. You're going to want to get signed up. We're going to make sure that people know where the sign-ups for events are. We want everybody who wants to participate to have a valid option to do so within reason. All the events in the panel room, unless otherwise noted, are free to everyone attending the convention. So on Friday at 5, horror trivia. I'm sure they're going to have some prizes. 6 p.m., Comic Book Men panel. Dope as fuck. 7, script read. We did one script read last year. I was the narrator. It was dope as fuck. It's super fun. It's super interesting. It's super fucking interactive. You know what I'm saying? It's far more interactive than you would think in something like that where you're just being read to. But it is crazy interactive. This year, not just doing one, doing 2. First one, 7 p.m. in the motherfucking panel room. 8 p.m., D. Snyder panel. 9 p.m., Drawing with a Twist. If you don't know what this is, Jamie Madrox and Monoxide are going to be in the panel room, and they're going to show you how to draw a picture, Bob Ross style. You're going to be able to see the drawing. You're going to be able to see them. They're going to talk to you guys through it. Bring your art supplies. Bring your your preferred mediums, whether that be oil paints, fucking charcoal, crayons, fucking chalk, markers, your own mucus, whatever it is, fam. Bring it on out. Come do a motherfucking drawing with twist. Friday night, 10 p.m. This is not included with your standard ticket to the convention. On site in the panel room, we have The Monsters Ball featuring Twisted, Blaze and ROC, PDM, which we know to be Prozac and Mike E. Clark. That shit's going to be fucking fire. Something tells me that shit's going to be super duper fire. And let's see if I can make it bigger. Because nope, I can't make it any bigger. Whatever. So, it's going to be dope. And then 2 a.m., the minute that Monsters Ball Party wraps the fuck up, 4 Juggalos by Juggalos, Andy Sherman is going to be running that after hours gaming. Head on into that panel room. Try your luck. I'm going to bring a deck of cards for people who want to try to play spades with the dog. Like, if you play spades, come see the dog, because I'll fuck you up. Spades, dominoes. Somebody bring dominoes. I'm bringing cards. I'm bringing cards. Somebody bring dominoes. And we'll play dominoes till the wee hours of the morning. 11 a.m., Home Depot Kids Workshop. Of course, like I said, this event has something for everyone of all ages. Last year, I believe they made a birdhouse. So come on through with the kids, 11 to 12. 12 to 1, somebody's getting married. It's not me. It's not Andy Sherman. I don't know who's marrying them. But if you're interested in seeing the wedding, noon, right there in that panel room. 1 p.m., we're doing that 3 from Hell panel. Of course, Sid Haig, Bill Moseley. We talked about that. After that, 2 p.m., Paranormal Activity panel. Like I said, man, I got questions. So we're going to see if they got answers. 3 p.m., Haunted Highlands panel. More than likely, I will not be there for that. But you should be there. Of course, they're releasing the brand new series, Haunted Highlands 2, or the continuation of the original story, whatever it is. So you can ask the questions related. Try to keep the questions. Like, I get that Twisted's up there. Like, I get that during the Haunted Highlands panel, Twisted is up there. But it's the Haunted Highlands panel. So You're going to go up there and you should probably ask a question about the comic book or something. Not, when are you going to tour my town? Can you try to prevent yourself from doing that? Like, I know some of y'all get the overwhelming feeling to ask about specific things like that, but you shouldn't. It's bad. It's bad juju. It's not good. So you shouldn't do that. 4 p.m. wrestling trivia, hosted by James from WRIF. I don't know shit about wrestling. I might check this out just to check it out, but I know dick all about wrestling trivia. I assume this guy does, and that's why he's hosting it. Let's see, kids cosplay contest, regular cosplay contest, dope as fuck. Last year was dope as fuck. The kids really bring it. The kids not only bring it in the costume area, they bring it in the stage area. Last year there was a kid running around with Leatherface and the fucking chainsaw. It wasn't just that you had a little kid dressed up like Leatherface with a chainsaw, because that by itself, is pretty cool for the cosplay contest. But when this kid took the stage, had the whole physicality of the character. You know how he would chase people and he'd have it far away from him so it wouldn't cut him and shit? The kid had the physicality. So it was more than just a kid in a costume. It was a kid truly playing a part. After the cosplay contest, celebrity game show, I got no idea what that entails. I got no idea. Let me be clear, I got no idea what that entails. But I've been practicing my game show voice. Welcome. Like I don't have a game show voice already. All right, Juggalo trivia with Blaze. That shit's at 8 p.m. It's going to be dope as fuck. And then 9 p.m., the VIP party, only available to those VIP card holders. And, of course, we're doing the karaoke thing. That is Saturday night. Sunday, Jake the Snake at 11 a.m. Going to be a dope-ass panel. Goosebumps panel, 11:30. That makes each one of those panels only 1/2 hour. Damn, I wish I had an hour with Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake deserves an hour. Script read, 4 an hour. Nothing at 1 p.m. I wonder what was there before. I wonder if anything was. 1:30, Stank and Poot. Actually, they're doing that because they know that's going to be a huge one. So they're just giving that fucking blank space of time. After the big Stank Little Poot panel, while you guys are at that photo opportunity, tattoo contest is going to go on. That stuff didn't take anywhere near 2 hours last year. So I don't foresee it taking that long this year. But, let to be seen. And then 4 p.m., the big question mark on the weekend, Twisted's 10,000 giveaway. Now, it doesn't say $10,000 giveaway. It just says Twisted's 10K giveaway. What I know so far is what you know and what has been put out via fucking Monoxide's IG Live where he talked about this. Apparently, and this is me just repeating things I heard. I'm just parroting here. There's 1,000 boxes that are going to be in that room. Some of those boxes, 995 of them, contain merch and other prizes. Cool. 4 of those boxes are going to contain master recordings for unreleased Twisted songs. Fucking cool. And one of those boxes is going to contain $10,000. What the fuck? I have no idea how it's going down. I heard some things about a raffle. I also heard that the boxes are going to be priced at a set point. And you're going to pay a certain number of dollars for a box. There's no limit to the number of boxes you can buy. And it's just first come, first serve. So you got to go to that 4 p.m. thing, get there early to get these boxes. I don't know how it's going down other than what I just said. So you could have a situation here. I mean, at essence, it's a guarantee raffle where they're guaranteeing you a prize, albeit how big of a prize is yet to be seen. I heard estimates on the total number of prizes, like monetarily, being over $100,000. Which is what I heard. So, of all the things that weekend that are kind of mysterious and people really don't know what's going on, the Twisted 10K giveaway seems to be the dopest, because there's some seriously dope prizes. And yeah, somebody might walk away with $10,000, which would be insanity. So there's that. So there's the panel room schedule. Of course, you got the pre-party. That shit's Thursday. Hot Rocks, Warren, Gmo, Azul, Mikey Clark, Monsters Ball, PDM Twisted, Blaze ROC, Magic Ninja Mashup Performance, VIP Party. We talked about all that. Bam. After Hours Gaming all night long. Like I said, I'm pretty souped about this. I don't know what games they're bringing out. Cards Against Humanity, obviously, Connect 4, Uno. I want to play spades, and I want to play dominoes. So I'm going to bring spades and dominoes. So come through. Come challenge the dog. Come challenge the dog. Do-it-yourself kids workshop. That shit's in the morning on Saturday. Come do a birdhouse. Free play video game room. Dragon Ball Z Fighters Tournament, Super Smash Tournament, Tetris High Score Tournament. All right, Friday, no signups for the Tetris Tournament. Tournaments are 5 to 9. Saturday, tournaments, signups are 11 to 12. Tournaments go 1 p.m. to whenever they're done, and that's the Super Smash Tournament. Sunday, they're doing Dragon Ball Fighters. Signups are 11 to 12. Tournament goes 1 p.m. to whenever it's done. And then make sure you're visiting that room. They're playing Super Smash for the Switch. 3 stock, 8-minute time. Items set to on, medium. Hazard toggle off. I don't know how to play that game. I will not be playing. Tetris. You just have to get a high score. I missed that last year, and I consider myself a world-class Tetris player. So you best believe I'm going to be entering that high score. Trying to do that. Cosplay contest, like I said, was dope as shit last year. These are all pictures of cosplayers from last year's event. We had professionals. We had amateurs. We had bought costumes. We had professionally homemade costumes. We had standard homemade costumes. Kids cosplay contest. Dope. Dope-ish. There's the kid I was talking about. This kid here. This little scary fucker had all the physicality of a full-grown Leatherface. Look at me, I'm Leatherface. Killing it. Killing it. I had that was one of the funnest times of my whole weekend last year, was watching the kids do the cosplay contest. Because it's pure joy and shit. Even look at little Yoda. Little Yoda killed it too. All them kids killed it. Like, it was crazy. Tattoo contest, sponsored by Chroma Tattoo. Worst tattoo, best horror tattoo, best pop culture tattoo, Caroline, Carlos. There's some general rules. You can register for any of the events at Astronomicon.com. Don't forget that. You can pre-register, or you can register in the panel room during the convention, which we're going to make sure happens and runs smoother than it did last year, potentially. I'm going to make sure we got some sort of a sign-up. Trivia, horror trivia, wrestling trivia, juggalo trivia. Bam. And then there's celebrity trivia as well. If you're going to be, oh, look, there's trivia rules. 5 people or less per team. You're going to get a packet, which includes your answer sheet, your game sheet, and a pencil. 2 rounds, 7 questions. Booyah. I'm glad they're doing this. Bonus round. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully, I'm the host of one of those. I'd like to do some fucking trivia. That's fire. And then Ghostbusters Detroit. there in the motherfucking house. They were sliming people and all sorts of crazy ish last year. With a week to go until the big fucking event, until Astronomicon invades and takes over the Wyndham Garden in Sterling Heights, Michigan, I don't know what else to say besides, wow. Like, of all the events I go through during the year, and these days there's a lot, Astronomicon in just a single year has proven itself to be probably the funnest, most interesting event of my entire year. The people I meet there, being from all walks of life, all ages, the people I meet that are vendors, the sponsors, the fucking celebrities, the staff and volunteers from Magic Ninja who come from all over the country and the world to take part in this 3-day event. Next weekend, we're going to go. We're going to have a good-ass time, just like we did last year. Shit was mad fun, but also mad low-key in a bunch of ways. This year is going to be way blown out with the amount of people attending. If you are still on the fence about traveling yo ass to Astronomicon, you're dumb. If you can't go and you've decided you can't go, that's a shame, and I feel for you. But if you're still undecided with all the dope events and dope people that are going to be in attendance, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to be in the house. Replicons are going to be in the house. Tons of shit happening. Tons of surprise shit happening. And I'm selling merch and doing some kind of fucking come hang out with me. And I don't care if it has to happen in my fucking room at 2 a.m. on Saturday. I really don't. So it's happening someplace. I don't give a fuck. If they're not gonna invite you in, you climb through a fucking window. You heard what I'm saying? But that shit's next week. Like, I'm even more soup now than I was an hour ago when I started this. I still have a lot of work to do in preparation. We have been on the air for just over an hour, which is perfect for the fucking live show. Next shows tomorrow, Friday, or later tonight, probably. Later, fucking this morning. Yeah, it's just now midnight. So yeah, later today, audio version of this program, all the platforms, Spotify, iTunes. I want to thank you guys for continuing to bang those streams. We are approaching, I think, the first 1,500. Fucking souped. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe on your favorite platform. Subscribe here. This weekend, Beard Speaks Again number 5. We revisit my passionate MC issues, and we talk about what that nobody motherfucker is doing now. So that's this weekend. Only in audio format. Monday morning, audio format, episode 209. The Homeboy Trilogy visits the headquarters. Thursday, nothing. BSA number 6. After that, Murder Mayhem Mitch in both formats. And then more. So, as you can see, I'm getting ahead so I can get ahead. You heard what I'm saying? Make sure you're following all the social medias. Ignore the Facebook for a while. If you're trying to contact me there, contact me on Instagram. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Jimmy. Quit trying to hit me up on Facebook. I'm banned from both accounts. Instagram, Spot, Beasto's Beard. It's just after midnight. I hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. If you are in one of the areas affected by the polar vortex, stay yo ass inside. Do not freeze to death. Death don't want you. Until Monday and the new episode of The Beard Speaks, my name is Chuck Reeves. I am the East Coast Beast host, and the Beard has spoken. Beard Love. Visit mybeardlove.com/beasthost and get 10% off on all the wonderful oils, washes, and balms available in a multitude of fragrances from Beard Love. Did you ever wish you could have a beard just like Chuck Reeves, the Beast Host? Well, you can. You just need time, you need laziness, a desire never to shave, and then, of course, you need some Beard Love. mybeardlove.com. And also, 7thDimension720.com, your online home for all things kratom, e-liquids, and CBD. Pretty soon, they're going to be featuring coffee. Make sure you visit 7thDimension720.com. This guy is the underground home for all natural, holistic things. 7thDimension720.com.